Does your kick and bass sound like a choppy mess, even though you've been processing them non-stop? Well, that's because it has nothing to do with processing. So if you want your low end to be powerful and cohesive, you need to understand that it's not a mixing problem, it's a phase problem. I spent years wondering why my kick and bass never sounded cohesive. They were both balanced, both sounding good on their own, but together, disaster, like two magnets pushing each other apart. It wasn't until 2019 that I started seeing producers talk about this. And even then, I didn't take it seriously. I thought phase alignment was some super niche problem for audio nerds. But boy, was I wrong. So here's what I didn't understand. Phase cancellation has been known about for decades. I even learned about it at BPM college. But nobody connected it to the kick and bass relationship until recently. Why? I guess because we couldn't see it. Once computers advanced enough to show us waveforms clearly, everything changed. Suddenly producers could visually see their kick and bass fighting each other. The problem that was invisible for years became obvious. And here's the kicker, even big artists missed this until about 5 to 6 years ago. We were all trying to fix phase problems with EQ and compression, like trying to fix a broken bone with a band-aid. So let me break down what's actually happening. Your kick and bass both have waveforms, and they can either work together or fight each other. Waveforms have positive values and negative values that go in a cycle. When you play kick and bass together, your DAW adds these values. Positive plus positive equals louder, negative plus negative equals louder, but positive plus negative, they subtract from each other and result in quieter audio or no audio at all. That is phase cancellation. And when it happens, it results in volume gaps in your low frequencies. Your kick loses impact, and your bass sounds disconnected. Instead of one cohesive low end, you get this choppy, weak mess that no amount of mixing or processing can fix. So here's the solution. I use LFO tool for its oscilloscope feature. It lets me see the waveform in real time. There are free oscilloscope plugins too, or you can just record the audio and look at the waveform that way. Anyway, the key is this. Never change your kick's phase. That'll mess up the transient, the click. Instead, adjust your bass phase to match. In Serum 2, or any modern synth, there's a phase knob that goes from 0 to 360 degrees. I simply turn it while watching the oscilloscope until the waveforms line up. And when they do, it's like magic. Suddenly, they're not fighting anymore. They're working together. But it's important to note that there's no universal phase setting. It depends entirely on your specific kick and bass waveforms. 90 degrees might work for one combo, 230 degrees for another. You have to check every time. And if your synth doesn't have phase control, honestly, get a different synth. There's no good workaround. Trying to fix phase issues without phase control is like trying to tune a guitar without tuning pegs. Once I started checking phase alignment, my low end completely transformed. No more mysterious weakness. No more endless EQ moves trying to make things fit. Just solid, cohesive bottom end that hits like it should. And the crazy part, this takes seconds to check and fix. But I wasted years not knowing about it. Years of weak kicks and disconnected bass, all because I couldn't see what was happening. But even with perfect phase alignment, your bass can still fight your kick if you don't know the secret to sidechaining. So hit subscribe because you would want to watch my next video where I'm revealing the exact sidechaining curve that changed everything and the #1 rule nobody knows about.